Hey guys, it's Sona. Please subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 300k. Please, it takes 2 seconds. Thank you. And also feel free to smash that like button. So as some of you may know, a while back I did actually make a video on my restaurant, basically going over how many people really didn't like it because they thought it was a copy of Restaurant Tycoon, and the fact that they really thought it was just pay to win and they were really mad at it. A lot of people got really mad at all the updates it came out with. I talked about how it was on the front page for a while, but then it was no longer even on the front page because a lot of people, again, really didn't like the direction that the game was going in with all the pay to win stuff, so they just stopped playing. You know, which is completely understandable because that's why I stopped playing as well. In my first video, I also talked about how limited items in the marketplace were just completely ridiculous, with the royal table and chairs being like $50, and then the game claiming that the original value was like $500 worth in Robux, which is really stupid to me. But you know, that was my first video and I didn't expect to make a follow-up video or anything like that. You know, I made that video and I moved on, but my restaurant actually came out with another update as I'm recording this literally yesterday, and they basically came out with a Halloween themed update, as many games are doing right now, obviously, because it's October. But yeah, so they came out with this update literally yesterday, and immediately they get a huge wave of hate not long after they released this update because, not surprisingly, this update again is very unfair from a new player standpoint and very pay to win, which made a lot of people obviously very angry with my restaurant. So for a lot of people, the main focus of this update seems to be the corrupted set, which has basically royal chair and table, but it's like a Halloween version, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. Because with the original royal chairs and table set, basically the benefits of it is that you get a higher percent chance of a VIP customer being spawned into your restaurant, and obviously they pay a lot of money. And the main difference is that this one spawns a haunted VIP customer. I don't know what they look like, but yeah, they're called a haunted VIP customer, and apparently they pay more than the regular VIP customers. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But obviously people were angry for a reason, and the reason wasn't very surprising at all. So as I said in my last video about this, you were able to buy the royal table and chairs with in-game cash. So like you didn't really have to use Robux or anything like that. But this time, Big Games pulled a big brain move and decided to just make the corrupted royal set completely Robux only. Nope, it didn't change from cash to Robux. They started off with that, and you can only get it with Robux. You can't get it with any game currency. It has to be Robux. And obviously there are many people on Roblox who don't have Robux. So naturally, many people got really upset at this, and they think that the fact that they made it Robux only is really stupid, and I think that it's stupid too. Like at this point, this isn't even unfair to just noobs. This is also unfair to people who grind, because people who grind, like when you grind a lot, you grind all day, you work really hard, you know, you put a lot of your time into the game, you know, so that you can get ahead and save up for future items that you really want. And I'm pretty sure people thought that this update was coming, but they had no idea that it was gonna cost Robux, because, you know, of course my restaurant usually tends to make a lot of items limited nowadays, but it's usually at least available in game currency as well. But yeah, literally no warning or heads up, this just straight up cost Robux only. They didn't even bother to put any option to buy it with game currency. It's just straight up Robux. So yeah, it was a really huge slap in the face to new players and people who spend a lot of their time grinding on this game. They basically said, okay, well, we only care about our pay to win players out there. Screw y'all. You know, who cares if you spend hours and hours on our game? If you ain't using Robux, we don't care. Okay, so the corrupted chair is 500 Robux and the table is 1,000 Robux. You know, feel free to disagree with me on this, but I think that's stupid. 1,000 Robux for a table? Yeah, no, I'm set. Either way though, like, I just don't understand why they couldn't put two options. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't just put an option for in-game currency that's equivalent to the Robux amount they put, and also the Robux amount. I just don't understand why they make it so that you have to use Robux. Well, actually, I do understand. It's because they want to make money, obviously. And I'm not saying that wanting to make money is bad, but, you know, I think there's a line. There's plenty of other other ways to make money and not, you know, make everything in your game completely unfair and just not even care about the people playing your game. So I'm gonna read off replies and show you guys some of the people who are really upset at this. I literally saved up 400 million thinking I would be able to buy the set too. They didn't even give us a heads up and making it seem like the set would cost in-game cash. Some items are special and deserve to be sold for real life money, but at the same time it's never fair to not be able to obtain something special in a game that you love because you don't have cash to spend in real life. To be honest, it feels like a cash grab now. The chair looks pretty, but I feel like it shouldn't be paid to win for the Halloween items, especially since it's annually. I don't know how to feel about this. Okay, so this update was low-key fine, but please add more regular furniture and stuff for new players so that they can actually enjoy the game. So there's more, but yeah, as you can see, there are people who are really upset at this, and there's people who have literally grinded and waited for this to come out only to realize that they can't get it because it costs Robux, which is really unfair. Luckily, because this is a special event, you can technically get it without having to spend Robux, but it's really hard. So if you do want to get the corrupted set without having to spend Robux, you have to do 5 tasks. The first task is pretty easy, but the rest of them I think are a little bit of a stretch. The first task you have to do is find 8 pumpkins, which is like the only easy one in my personal opinion, at least from a regular player standpoint. Then you have to get 10 VIP customers. I'm gonna tell you right now, it took me so long to even get my first VIP customer. Unless you have some kind of special item, it's completely based upon luck. Earn 666,000 cash, serve 25,000 customers, and serve a headless horseman. Alright, so aside from the first one, they're all pretty hard to me, but definitely by far, the headless horseman, the last one where you have to spawn a headless horseman into your restaurant, that's definitely the hardest one. Now, as expected, with this customer, you do have to purchase some items in order to increase your chances of them spawning into your restaurant, and you know, that wouldn't be as bad to me if they didn't make these items limited too. So as far as I'm aware, there are 3 items that you can use to increase your chances of spawning a headless horseman into your restaurant. The cauldron, which is 200k cash in game, or at least it was. The coffin, which is 1 million. And the wishing well, which is 66 million. I think the price of the cauldron was decent, I guess. I don't know. I think the other 2 prices are really expensive, obviously. No new player or someone who doesn't grind a lot is gonna have that money. No way. 66 million? Yeah, no. But what I don't get is why they had to make these limited. Because the thing that really bothers me is, okay, so this update was released yesterday as I'm recording this. And literally a day after this update was released, all of these items that you could use to boost your chances of getting the headless horseman into your restaurant, these are already sold out because they were made limited. All of them. Literally not even 24 hours after this update was released, these items were already sold out because big games decided to make these items limited for whatever reason. Like, okay, the price tag on these are already high enough, but the fact that they made it limited, just why? Like, that's so unfair, honestly. Especially considering this is supposed to be a Halloween update, don't you think that these shouldn't be limited and they should be able to be sold up until Halloween? I just think that was a really dumb move on their end to make these limited. It really just seems like they're making everything limited now. Like, every single item they released, it has to be limited, and it's just really unfair. Another thing that really confused me about these 3 items is that the cauldron and the coffin, it doesn't tell you the exact % chance that it gives you to spawn the headless horseman. With the cauldron, it just says a small chance, and then with the coffin, it says a significantly larger chance. But then, when you look over at the wishing well, which is 66 million, which is way more than both of those items combined, it says that the wishing well only gives you a 1% chance more than before. So what does that mean? I'm just having a really hard time understanding, because if this item costs so much more compared to these other 2 when it has the same purpose to give you a higher chance of spawning the headless horseman, then why do these other 2 items cost so much less? Because keep in mind, with these 2 items, they're not specifying, with the coffin and the cauldron, they're not specifying the percentage that it gives you. They're just saying, oh, a small % chance or a significantly higher chance. So basically, in order for these to actually be worth less, the chances for both of these would have to be under 1%. You know, that's the only thing that's the only thing that I can think of, because why else would this cost so much more if it's only 1%? Meanwhile, these 2, they cost way less, but it's saying that they still have a % chance, and they're both different % chances. So it's just so confusing to me, guys. Like, I just think that's so vague and misleading. I really don't understand why they couldn't have just put the percentage on these two items as well. And I know what some people are thinking. Well, Sona, if you still want to get these items, you can literally just go to the marketplace because that's where limited items are sold after they're sold out. Correction. If you are extremely rich, you can buy from the marketplace, because let's not forget, the marketplace has the most ridiculous prices I've ever seen. So you see this candy bowl or whatever? This is like 40 Robux, right? Or something like that. I think it is. I don't know. But I'll put it up here. So this is 40 Robux, right? Now let's go on ahead and look at how much it costs in the marketplace. The cheapest that you can get it for in the marketplace is 30 million cash. 30 million versus 40 Robux. Does that make any sense to you? Like, okay, I know the people who play the game are the ones in control of the marketplace pricing, but still, that's literally crazy. I just think the marketplace is terrible and it's not fair at all. It's really bad unless you're like the richest player to exist in the game. The chances of you being really able to buy anything from the marketplace is extremely low. Oh yeah, also forgot to mention, if you want to buy the Headless Horseman without having to do all that stuff, you can just buy him for 666 Robux. Yeah, if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. Another thing that I find really funny about the player base of this game is that there's literally so many videos on YouTube of these quote-unquote money builds or money methods or whatever you call them, where basically you make your restaurant look as crowded as possible by putting as much furniture in it as you possibly can to get as many customers at a time as you can. And I just think it's really funny because, like, it's literally so crowded. Like, look at this. Like, at this point, this is just a grind game and nothing more. One of my favorite parts about this game is the customization and like making your restaurant look nice, and the fact that these people are just like putting all of this stuff in their restaurant and making it look so crowded. I just think it's really funny. So yeah, I think I said everything that I wanted to say about this game. I know I already made a video on this, okay, but this update was just too terrible not to make a video on. I'm not saying the game is bad. Like, I know it has a lot of really unfair updates, but in general, I think it could be a really, really good game, and it has so much potential if the developers just weren't so money hungry. Like, I get it, you know, they need to earn money from their game, obviously. Like, it's their job. But it really just seems like they want to earn money so badly that they don't care about what anyone who plays the game wants or how they feel. So yeah, that's just personally how I view it, I guess. I mean, you can disagree with me if you want, but that's really what it seems like to me. Again, please don't send any hate to the developers of this game. You know, I think these updates are kind of stupid, and I think they could do a lot to improve their game, but, you know, it's not a bad game. You know, it's their game, I guess. They can do what they want. I'm just giving my view on it. Like, literally every single update now seems to be a limited item that is almost impossible to get unless you grind really hard or are paid to win. And literally this update is even unfair to the people who grind, because you gotta spend Robux unless you want to do those extremely hard tasks that are also unfair. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. Like and subscribe, please. We're really, really close to 300k. And as always, thank you so much to my patrons: Lucas, I don't know if I pronounced that right, I'm sorry, Sydney Theus, Little Shadow, Stitch, Burt T, Pristine, Quack, Noki, Broiled Eggs, Sid Poopoo, Warm Freeze, Untitled Citizen, Stork, and Sconner. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means so much to me. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!